What an auxiliary.
Right here by me.
Camera.
Hey, hey,
Camera
hey.
hot. What's
What
up,
about the
world?
mics?
What's up, world?
Not
What's
you.
up, world? You are rocking with Style Radio.
Thursday on the hot seat. I need to do some drops.
Yeah, y'all
I really do.
Yeah, drop it on the one,
MP3 format,
baby.
please. Thank you.
Drop it on the one.
No, I don't have anything to do it on, so I need to do it.
I'm gonna get it just a bullshit recorder, just so.
Okay, babe.
Cause the phone shit, it don't do it.
It don't do right. The iPhone do it or no phone do it?
It'd be an Apple or Disney MP3.
Uh-huh.
Y'all ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, 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 world. It's your girl Acid on Style Radio. Thursday nights at the hot seat, sitting right next to my brother in the struggle, my brother in the ministry of barbering, Mr. Success himself. We're here like we are every week to unify this wonderful village of stylists in the Houston area, take over the city, take over the state, then take over the nation with some unifying minds. What's up with you today, Success?
What's up, Acid? How y'all doing out there? This is your boy, Success the Educator. Happy Thursday. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with us. So we thank you for joining us on this evening, and we're going to do the best that we can to fill that evening with some enrichment and knowledge that's going to help you transcend to whatever level that is you're trying to reach in your career, as well as come together collectively and do some things in this industry. Let's push. Let's make,
work.
Yeah, let's make a difference in our community. Let's really matter as stylists and as barbers. Let's not be those individuals that people look down on and say, "Oh my God, you see how those barbers are?" No, let's be those barbers that are respected, that are looked up to, that conduct ourselves on a daily as professionals, and that uplift our communities. And in the sense of, it takes a village mentality, because it's barbers, where the lives of so many young men from the time that they start their haircut experience, and you play such a big role in those young men's lives. And if we take that serious and we really sow those seeds of knowledge and wisdom and love into those young people, I think it really does something for your legacy, not only as a barber, but as a person.
Yeah, I agree. On today, I had the privilege of, this week I've had the privilege of being a test administrator at a local literacy program. Shout out to Houston's Youth Program for Enrichment Freedom Schools. Thank you for all you have done over the past 20 years in the Sunnyside, South Park community. Has been working with children 6 weeks out of the summer so that each child would read 6 books during the 6 weeks on their grade level, and just establishing an intergenerational leadership campaign within 50 students at a time. So over 20 years, when you have 50 students at a time, you're impacting a lot of children.
Okay, how long have you been with this program now? You told me about this program.
Right. So Freedom Schools is a family baby. It is a program that one of my close sister cousins got involved with when she was an undergrad in Dallas. Okay. And it was such a monumental part of her life that she could not step away from it. She tried to go into her career path. She tried to do many things, but that passion that she found in Freedom Schools never died. So she has established one of the only site in Houston, Texas, but for a long time, we're the only site in Texas where we operate through a national program that's called Children's Defense Funds. And if you've ever heard of it, a lot of people associate it with the federal education program, but it's not a part of that. It's just Children's Defense Fund standing in advocacy for all children, making sure they get the right start. So I have been a part of the program since I was maybe 10.
Wow.
So I was in the first level.
Wow.
Level
So
2.
so
I
you're
am
product of the
able to
program.
articulate.
You're product of the program.
Right.
You benefit
I was
from
a
the program.
student in the program.
Okay.
I was a intern for the program. I was a manager of the site for the program. So I've worked on all levels.
Okay.
And now I'm administering a data necessary exam for the students. So that was my role this week, and it'll be
Okay.
my role again in a couple of weeks. So it's important. That's how the advocacy seed was set in me.
Okay.
Okay, that's why you'll always hear me talking about it's necessary to till the soil. And it's necessary to do more than just talk to the boys or talk to the kids and you know, talking at them just don't really make sense, because that's what the data says. People have studied this, people have spent their lives and dedicated their lives to understanding how they can reach children. And in many cases, they've come to the understanding that when you reach children, that's how you change families. That's how you impact generations going forward. That's how you steer that driving force that is pushing them down up. You know, you only thing somebody, I'm not sure, in Bible study this week, the instructions were along the lines of tension only happens when two equal forces pull.
Okay.
Right? So I can't have any tension with you because I'm not your equal. I don't have your years of experience. I don't have your credentials. I don't, you know. So as professional, or as we're going through the ropes of being where we want to be on our roads to success, we have to pick and choose the battles that are important. Is this person even, you know, worthy for me to have tension, for me to have an issue, for me to, you know, have a disagreement? Last week, your coworker with the misunderstanding with your client. He is not equal to you that on the professional level. Your credentials exceed his, your years of experience exceed his, your years in the world exceed his. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times we could really avoid negative or, you know, things that piss us off if we was to say, you know, it's cliche, but you're not even on my level. Like literally people cause tension, but that's because two equal things are pulling. So it's something in us that's equal pulling away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether we're equal on the spiritual level, whether we're equal in the things that we do and that we recreate. You know what I'm saying? So I often, in that Freedom Schools path, it showed me so many things. It showed me how to not even be bothered by trivial things. Like on social media, there's a lot of people that argue on social media all day, like about conscious things that are important. You know, I don't think that they're not important, but you're not really doing anything. You're not doing nothing but talking. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can do on the computers. Exactly. So energy is never not deleted, but energy is never lost. It's only transferred. So whatever energy you put into that, you know, your argument, your tension, your whatever, that's taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? So emotionally, when we giving of ourselves in the shop, we up on our feet 10, 12 hours a day. Then we go home and we empty. But we take that emptiness out on those people that are at home, but you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that happens in all areas of professionalism. And that's something else that I learned through Freedom Schools. As when you're a Freedom School intern, you go to a national training. And a lot of times, this is the first time these college-age adults have been on a plane out of their city to the country, right? So we're talking about Children's Defense Funds bringing over 5,000 people between the ages of 18 and 29 to come together to organize for children. Okay, so it's so many different things, so many different areas that I didn't even know about myself because I had never had to tap into them. where at training you do team building, you do like terrain graphing where you have to deal in the outside and go past your top. And there's a place on the farm, which is Alex Haley's farm, the writer of the book Color Purple. Roots, the Alex Haley Farm is where they host CDF National Training. And there's a place on the farm called the Top. And whatever your top is, you have to get to. You know, your top may be level 2 on the thing, but it might be someone else's top to make it all the way to the actual top of it. But if you get to your top and don't worry about what my top is, then you'll succeed. And that'll be a win for you. And I'll cheer you on all the way, because going to the top is somebody that has to pull your harness. And you have to yell back down what you want them to do. So in rising, in ascension, you never are going to be disconnected from those that are under you. You know what I'm saying? So and I only have drawn that full circle conclusion after I stopped interning. I never made it to the top of the actual thing because, one, I'm afraid of heights. So my top is not at the top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never even got in the thing because I'm not even, my top is just, my top is cheering on and being happy to see you make it to your top, because that's not my top. I know the Lord ain't saying that. So, you know, it is
it's not like a lot of fun in the life-changing experience for a kid who doesn't.
It's just think about it. A fresh out of, you know, finish your first year of college, you don't even want to go back. But somebody introduces you to something like this, and it will change your life. So as a barber, as a stylist, as an esthetician, as that nail tech that people come see 2 or 3 times a month, what is your top for them? You know, is your service your top? Is the experience your top? Is the camaraderie in your salon or your workspace your top? Because each day we have to get to the top. And if we don't, then we are disservicing ourselves. Because there's something that client has that you may need. There's something that inside you that client needs, more than your talent, more than your precision cutting, more than, you know, your ability to do what they came for you to do. There's something in every experience I've noticed. I have several clients, many walks of life, that drop jewels on me I can count on having like a real great experience or a great day when I see them. Because they dropping jewels and they're not even trying to, you know what I'm saying? And if you're in touch with that higher self of you, you know, and it has nothing to do with your religion, it has nothing to do with where you come from or what your parents did, or, you know, whatever negating things that you have to, whatever story you told about yourself about that situation, it has nothing to do with that, because people come in with their own shit. And we are kind of the dumpster for it. You know, people come in, they're ready to lay it all out. They'll sit in your chair and talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, because you're an objective viewer.
Once you build up their confidence in you and in your character,
your rapport with your clients is very important.
Yeah, that's it.
And sometimes they're coming to you strictly for that therapeutic moment. They're coming to you for that, bro, you're good. Like, you got chopped up, you look good, you feel good. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you'll do better. And in a scope of things where my Black men are struggling to just be alive and be Black, like, that's something empowering to come to my place of business, and for you to leave feeling like you can do what you have to do for the rest of the week, then I feel like I've done my job. Now, if you edge up crooked, you know, and you still handling business, amen, praise God, we are happy for that, you know. But it's not about, you know, who cuts the best. It's not about who has that.
Well, let me tell you this. From my experience as an instructor, I've seen individuals that were ridiculed as students
Absolutely.
and have the larger clientele
Absolutely.
than the ones that
Absolutely.
were typically ridiculed because they had better customer service.
Absolutely.
So
They have a passion.
I'm saying it to say that whose talents aren't quite where they want them to be, you can grow through that, and your customer service is going to have to be the niche that puts you on the top until your skill set catches up with your customer service. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. I think that
I was one.
you was one of them. Right, and I'm one of them. I can honestly say
I was one of them.
that I know damn well that I'm not at the place where I'm gonna be in barbering. Because I did not practice barbering prior to being educated as a barber or licensed. So that was something I just, threw myself out there to say, hey, I want to see if I can do this, if I can learn something new. It's so many people that struggle because they won't try anything. Like, you've been cutting in the garage for 10 years and you're too scared to go to school. Like, you've done too much. You've learned too much over the years. You messed up too many people over the years in that garage because they don't have no good life. It is no way to have good life. You don't have a turning chair. You have overcome many obstacles in your career already. So why not, get the L's behind your name and be proficient in your area of expertise. You can be an expert without the knowledge, but nobody's going to pay you any attention until you get some credentials, So it's very important for us to stop running from the paperwork. Stop running from people that give you something to live up to. Because, you have to renew your license. You have to maintain proper cleanliness and order. But at the same time, is what you're doing at the warehouse every day making you happy? What you do when you work at wherever you work. But you love to cut hair. You'll stay up all night and miss your real job to do it. But you won't break down and go get the L's. And of course, we've talked about it in the past. Okay, well, the school system isn't this, the school system isn't that. But what can you do to ensure that you're where you're supposed to be? It's not the school system's responsibility to make time for someone who's not even making time to be in school. You're not a priority to the school system if you're not in it. There's no way that they'll know your needs if you're not actively participating in it. So I'm an advocate always. I'm an advocate always for the student. But if the student is not, being proactive in their education, then it's no need for an advocate. The children at Freedom Schools, their parents are their advocates. They say, hey, Freedom Schools, we want our kid not to lose that knowledge you said that most children lose during the summer. So we're going to bring our children to Freedom Schools so that they can be enriched, right? Well, going forward, after they're 7, 10 years old, it's not really cool to come to a reading program, right? So we have to initiate that self-determination. We have to make sure we plant the seed to say, hey, this isn't just because we want you to be enriched. This is actually progressing you forward. You're getting to gain new experiences. You're reading literature that no school district, none, have approved. Because these characters look like you and I. These storylines tell our stories. My cousin who founded the program read the first book in her life where a grandmother lived in the home and raised the children just like her. She was 18, 19 years old. She had never seen that in a book. But these kids, this program is feeding literature to these children that they would never have come in contact with unless someone specifically set it out for them. You know what I mean? So the advocacy piece that I'm always preaching, like to encourage, to try to build up instead of being solution-based is more so what I'll call it. It comes from that basis. It comes from that foundation because the founder of Freedom Schools was Martin Luther King Jr.'s lawyer, who was the first Black woman to pass the bar in the state of Mississippi. So we're talking about 1950 something that she passed the bar in Mississippi. And 20 years later, well, 10 years later, the governor saying that Negroes is gonna be, separated for forever. You know what I mean? So we're talking about the people that have overcome these types of struggles. While not to say our struggles are any less, because they're not. They're just as real as civil rights struggles, because they're the same type of civil rights. You know what I'm saying? So we have to maintain that I maintain the responsibility to be the encourager, to be the solution-oriented person that I am, because nobody wants to keep hearing about how sorry they are. Nobody wants to keep hearing, like, ooh, your generation ain't nothing.
We have a very interesting conversation at the barbershop from time to time.
Okay.
When you talk about, you're coming about the times of segregation, is what made me think about it. And the question was raised, the comment was made that doing away with segregation was the worst thing that happened to us as people.
I agree.
I feel
that
like
is actually a very,
when we segregated, we had to be self-reliant, self-sufficient.
Right.
We had to operate for ourselves.
Right.
We were more community-based. We were more organized, more together. We had our own stuff.
right,
And we did business with ourselves.
right.
And
Integration.
Write that out.
A lot
We
of,
became consumers.
well, and not even so much that we became consumers, because we were always
Right.
consumers, but the embedded thought that white is right, that is what pushed integration, right? So we want to send our kids to good schools. Well, we want to have at our schools what those kids have at their schools, right? That was the deal. We don't necessarily want to go to school with them. We want what they have. Well, even with integration, they wouldn't give it to the Black schools. So what else is a parent that wants the best for their child to do? Send them to the schools that have it. Fast forward 60 years to Jones, to Worthing, to Sterling, all these same schools where these parents are busing their kids to Lamar, to Bel Air, to Madison, to Yates at some time, Manville, wherever, because those schools have magnet programs, they have extracurricular activities, they have this, they have access to scholarships, their football teams do great, So what is a parent to do other than want the best for their child? Other than, putting their child in a position to be successful. Whereas if you allow for those schools to have what they're supposed to have, if you equally divided the money, basically, because it's all the numbers.
Give our schools the same resources.
Absolutely. Give all schools the same resources and see, because the data of many, like I said, many people have dedicated their lives to consuming data that shows that if you give a Black child and a white child the exact same thing, they will be the exact same success. And it is not. It has nothing to do your color, your
has
age,
no effect
your
on
race.
ability.
It has nothing to do with anything except a social construct that we have been conditioned into mining. Okay, we mine Massa, and we gonna do what he say. This is the neighborhood we live in. We're gonna stay right here in South Park, and my grandma stayed in South Park, and I'm staying in South Park, and my kids gonna stay in South Park, which is nice. But if you don't put your money in South Park, if everything you do is in River Oaks, if everything you do is in Pearland Town Center, if everything you do is off Fairmont Parkway in Pasadena, but you live in South Park, it don't matter. Well, it ain't no business in South Park. Yeah, it's many businesses in South Park. It's many Black people trying to keep the community on lock. But if we don't understand the concept of group economics, if we don't understand that it takes more than you coming to me once a month for me to live, if you don't understand that the cell phone man that's on MLK can't give you a deal because he got to pay his rent to them people and they don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? We have to do more than say, yeah, that's where I live. I live in the hood. I live in the trade. But yeah, when you live in the trade, but you voted for the bonds that allow for the gerrymandering to take place, for the gentrification to take place. So those things are not helping. They're furthering the issue. They're just pushing the people who need to be in the inner city, those people that don't have cars, that need to be close to transit. They're pushing all of those people to the outskirts of the city where they don't have no access to those resources. You know, so moving to Missouri City for people that live in South Park at a certain point in time was showing that they had moved up. But when your kids don't understand that is a privilege, like it is a privilege to live outside the loop. Like it is a privilege to not have access.
The kids outside the loop don't understand.
They act as if they're hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your parents went to college. You know, parents in that age range that's like 32 to 42, their parents made them go to college, made them, you know, pursue professional lives, regardless of what they did.
Yeah, you
had to do something. It was, you gonna go to the military, you gonna go to school, because we fought this long for you to have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because my mother is of the age where she could actually have a child in that age bracket. So I'm who I am because she wasn't for the bullshit. She wasn't, you know, allowing me to make adult decisions at a child's age. And sometimes as a parent, we can be put into a blind situation where, you know, should I let them bump their head on their own and learn, or should I direct and guide? And I think before that 16 age, that is not the time to just let them fall and look stupid. Like, no matter what, that is still a person. And if you stop saying my baby this, my baby that, when they a baby, you'll understand that you're not raising a baby. You're raising a person. You're raising an adult. You're trying to raise a civilized human being, hopefully.
I think nature dictates that the objective of parenting is to prepare the child or the younger person with the skills necessary to survive in the world.
Right.
That's the ultimate job of the parent.
Independently.
In all species, with the exception of us people. You think about anything out there. You think about the lion. You think about the bear. You think about the duck. You think about the snake. Anything. It raises their young to a certain point, and then it cuts them off. It lets them go. Pushes them out of the nest. It makes them go fend for themselves. Right. We are the only ones who allow them to couch 18 years for the rest of their life.
Well, and I wouldn't.
You know, but
to me, because of our cognitive ability, we get that choice. We got thumbs. Ain't nobody else got them. Okay, so it's some things that we got access to. You know what I'm saying? So you know, push them out, but I mean by challenging them at grade 1. You know what I'm saying?
It's on them. It's teaching them. If you didn't do the job, if you didn't teach them how to fend for themselves, then you can push them out to the wild, and they're just out in the wild trying to figure it out.
Right.
You know, as a parent, I mean, what did you know as a parent?
Exactly. Where we are. That's exactly what I was going to say.
You have a child. You're a child as a parent.
Right.
You don't know anything about parents, so you're learning how to parent as a parent. So, you know, it's and you only know what your parents showed you.
And it's no handbook. And it's not to say that your parent was 100% right.
Hey.
Like your parents, your influences on your daily life as a child are not to determine where you go in life.
No, not at all. But
You as an individual get the opportunity at some point to say, I will not be victim to these circumstances that, you know, I was raised in.
I believe,
And I know that I know better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do better.
I believe that mindset has to set in when you begin to make decisions for yourself as a young adult.
Right.
And so if
yeah.
you're gonna make those decisions, you're gonna have that mindset, then you have to throw the excuses out the window. Like there's no excuse in life, period. That whatever I need done for me, I've got to get done because no one on this earth is gonna do it.
And they're not responsible to do it. You know what I mean? I had a conversation with a younger cousin today. And she's had some issues. She's been in and out of juvenile facilities for about 5 years. But she wants spoon feed, you know? And I had to tell her, you're not entitled to that.
What was that mindset adapted? Where did that come from? Where did that mindset come from?
At this point, we all know where her mindset came from. She knows like I said, she's been in juvenile facilities. I don't mean like, oh, you go for a couple weeks. No, I mean like for years.
How old is she now?
She'll be 18 in November.
Wow. So
I'm saying since 13.
I had attitude. Because usually it's attitude.
Well, most definitely.
You know,
But what I'm saying is that the conversation was, she needs to do her college application. I said, okay, cool. I'll help you. Log on, you know, let's go. Let's do it. Cool. Well, what am I supposed to do next? Can't you read? I know they teach you how to read. They got to do 3 things. They got to feed you. They got to teach you how to read. And they got to have you somewhere to sleep.
But you gotta want to learn how to read.
The girl know how to read, okay?
I got you.
This one I'm talking about knows. But what I'm saying is she's in this generation. So here you go. Here it is. Here you go. All you have to do is sign your name. Boom, I filled it out for you. But that's what her people do. You know, and of course, you only get accustomed to what you are around, and it's not as a kid, that ain't your fault.
You know what?
But it's somebody's responsibility to tell you.
I cannot tell you how many times it puzzled me when I was teaching, and a potential student will come for orientation, and we're talking about a 20-plus-year-old individual that comes to do an orientation with their mother, and their mother do the speaking for them in the orientation of them coming to school, to Barber College.
Right.
That just so, and one day one of my students asked, oh my God, I'm glad that woman didn't get offended. But one of my students asked me, which way did y'all come? Because they were in the classroom. They walked in the middle of actual theory. And so, you know, they was giving them a tour. They were letting them see, you know, hey, look, this is theory, they're in class right now, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I stopped and I asked if she had to, talk to him. I thought he was young. I thought he was probably 17 or 18 because I do get kids fresh out of high school all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I asked the dude how old he was because he's standing there quiet and his mama doing all the talking. That cat told me he was 25.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. And so his mom, every time I would ask a question, his mom would be the one to answer. And so one of my students, female, she say, well, are you coming to school?
But she asked an appropriate question though.
She asked the right
She asked an appropriate question though.
and it probably caused that mother to think. You know what I mean? And in the social construct of race and white supremacy and how socialization has changed us and integration was bad, we have to understand that you have to let these people go. You have to let your kid.
You want to know what it told me? It told me he didn't want to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Because he does what he want to do. These kids that their parents still trying to force them to do things, think about it. They still do the stuff that they want to do without your assistance.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, when they want and talking to the kid and getting to know him, he actually came to school and he began to apply himself.
Mm-hmm.
because he made the commitment to come to school. He was really a great kid.
Yeah.
Kenzel Young. I like the kid. He surprised me.
Okay.
Now, whether or not he saw it through and finished, I don't know if he's still in school or not. I know he's chasing a music career as well. I get a lot of students like that. I'm not knocking him, brother. I mean, hey, it took me to 25 to figure out that barbering was what it was for me. But when I decided to do it, I did it. Nothing distracted me, nothing stood in the way, nothing took my eyes off of the prize. It was full speed ahead. Barber College, I realized, hey, look at this Barber College. You know what? I wouldn't mind having one of these one day. What does it take to run one of these? Well, you got to be an instructor. Okay, so what does it take to be an instructor? Well, back then it was 1,000 hours or 5 years experience for you to challenge the board. So now I've said to myself, okay, so my plan initially was to just become a barber. Now I want this instructor thing. So if I finish on time, 98, which it was, I started July 97, I finished July 98. So I did a part-time and switched over to full-time. So it took me exactly 1 year to finish, part-time. 98, finished, had my mind made up, had my plan, had it mapped out 5 years and going back, challenging the board. Well, it took me 6 years. But in 2004, I obtained my instructor license. And I'm saying that to say I was bound and determined. I made up my mind. I was not going to let anything stand in the way. And that's the mindset you have to have when you want to accomplish anything. You can do anything that you set your mind to do. Obstacles, mental blocks in your mind, they're only as powerful as you allow them to be. You say, I can't do this because I have to do that. Well, then you made that your truth. If you say to yourself, I'm going to do this in spite of whatever's going on, well, you're going to accomplish it. And, it's the way you have to approach it. And I just believe because here I sit before you 20 years later.
Credentials.
Having,
with all of those things that you said you wanted 20 years ago, when you were secluded from having anything. And a lot of times seclusion doesn't come abruptly like it came for you, but you have to get into a place and say, I need to be in my still place to listen and see where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of times we spend, and even us, like we don't communicate all throughout the week, but when we talk about what we need to talk about, and in the spirit, I can hear what needs to be done. I feel y'all energy no matter what. I swear to you that I feel it, and a lot of us are scared of that feeling.
I love the spirit.
A lot of us are scared of that feeling. We're scared to tap. We're scared to tap into that thing in the back of your mind.
There you go, make me start praying.
The thing that, I mean, and not only for religious people, because for you science people, let's talk about the energy you feel. Let's talk about them vibes you feel. Let's talk about when your crazy auntie come over, you just go, ooh, ooh. That's the same thing as when I say the spirit. So understand that when your spirit leads you to a place, it's for a specific reason and a specific time and a specific purpose. So you have to do what you're called to that place to do. I don't know why I decided to advertise on Style Radio for my thing, but I was called here to this cat and introduced into a whole nother brother level that we hadn't even gotten to yet. So it's so many different things that happen in life. I'm at work all day. I have a little baby. I have so many different things going on. She's good. But at the same time, I have to focus on AB. I have to be focused enough on my spirit, on being collected, on being righteous, on doing what I'm supposed to do, because there's so many things on my path that I want to do. And if you're not walking your path, if you're walking on your path and you're kicking all the ants off, then when something bigger comes, it's gonna kick you off. It's the same thing, and you have to think about life like that. As stylists, as barbers, like you said, we come into contact with so many people.
Oh,
Like all walks of life, you don't know their religious background. All you know is what they tell you. Now, some of them might tell you too much,
yeah.
but a lot of times people are telling you what they can't tell nobody else. They telling you what their partner's gonna look at them crazy because they've never heard them say these kinds of things before, you know. So be open enough and be in touch and tune enough with yourself so that when they dump all of that on you, when you go into your house, you don't have to dump that on your people that you live with. You don't have to, you know, rebel against what you know you're supposed to do because you're tired, because you feel like, you know, you're heavy with trash. That's not necessary. You know, get an outlet for yourself to release. Oftentimes, for my release, late at night, I have an adult coloring book.
Adult coloring book.
Adult coloring book, right?
What they color naked people?
I'm sure they probably do have that, but it's like many big old pictures. Like, I mean, literally, the pictures are huge and little intricate little things. Like, if you ever seen a henna art on somebody's skin, it's like that. I got two of them. I'll send y'all a picture of it next week. And I'll bring it next week, but I'll send y'all a picture when I get home. So that's something that I just started doing because I love to color. Like, when I was a kid, that was the thing that I did. I didn't need nothing. I was a homeless.
I couldn't stay inside the house. Nothing. I couldn't color to save my life as a kid. Love to color. Boy,
Always color.
My mom used to laugh at me, but it's okay, baby. You did good. So I got green and purple and blue mixed up.
You was coloring food away.
Man, I loved it.
So,
It couldn't color the same.
That's okay, you know, but that show release. It don't mean that it's beautiful. I'm not telling you that mine is great. I'm just saying I like to do it.
You like to do it.
I like to do it. And it's a thing that I can do by
It's your happy
myself.
place.
And I can sit there for as long as I feel like doing it, you know, and when I'm through, I'll be like, okay.
It's therapy.
I feel better. I don't even know what was wrong with me, but I feel like I have, because you have to take some time for you.
Right on.
Everybody, like, if you're not taking no me time, that means you're not giving people, you don't have enough time. You don't have enough time for all the stuff you're doing if you can't fit no me time in there. If you can't fit no time for you, 10 minutes a day, like, if you're on the toilet and you got your phone, that's too much. You need some me time. Put the phone down and go do what you have to do. I'm serious. Like, we take our phone everywhere. But if you go to the mall without your phone, you will walk around the mall for hours because nobody's distracting you. You know what I'm saying? Facebook ain't, you know, popping up or whatever. So a lot of times, yeah, I feel you.
I turn my phone off on Sunday.
I feel you. I used to turn it off on Mondays. On my off day, I would turn my phone off because.
And at night, 10 o'clock, I turn it off.
Turn it off. That's what's up. I mean, it's we have to put boundaries.
If I was on the show, I'd probably be sleep all day.
I'm
you over there.
But I'm up at 5 o'clock too.
I'm like carrying on me. I'm like, man, I'm tired.
Is it on you?
Oh.
So at the Hot Seat Talk, you know, we really chopping it up about getting to that professional. I don't want to say peak because a peak is like, you know, you fall off a peak real quick. But I'm saying that professional ascension, get into where you want to be.
Reaching your apex.
Reaching your apex and not allowing no tension to pull you from it. You know what I'm saying? Not allowing any bad vibes, bad energy, you know, things that you can control to pull you off of your apex. Because shit happens. Yeah. And that's my thing. It's enough shit that's just gonna randomly happen that I can at least say, hey, you're bullshit, so I'm not gonna deal with you. I can cut that, you know, hey, well, that ain't gonna be the thing that knock me off my apex. I can just go on to the next, and it's cool, you know. So I was writing the other day, which is another thing that on June the 1st, I did my half-year review of what I wanted to do at the first of the year, where I am, what I'm doing, you know, X, Y, Z. Because I'm a person that has to write it down for it to get done. Because somebody at Freedom Schools told me a long time ago, if somebody tell you they have a plan and it's not written down, they don't have a plan. They got a lot of ideas though. And that's cool.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So in that, even before that, I was always a writer. Like I love to write. That was when I was a little girl. I thought that I was going to be like an author or something like that. Which, not to say I won't, but I like to write. So I have been more than that. You know, coloring. I've been trying to dedicate 30 minutes a day to writing.
Okay.
And I write about my business. I write about the shows sometimes, things that I wanted to research, you know, things like that. So find what you like. You have to like something more than styling. You have to like something more than barbering or doing nails. And if you don't, then write about that. What's your hobby?
I grow tomatoes.
That's dope. That's dope. No, for real, because I really want to have a garden. I really do. Do you do them in a little thing, or are they in the ground? Come on, I'm trying to, because I'm really, like I got the containers already. I just don't know really what to do other than put the seeds in there, like, and water it. I don't know other than that.
Here's what you need to know about
horticulture.
Yeah.
My father is a horticulturist.
You know, I got that from my mom.
Okay.
From my mom can grow anything.
Really? I think I just had a wild thumb.
I got it from my mom, and it's all about the key ingredient to growing anything is love.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say patience.
No, it's love. I'm serious. You have to love your plants. You have to talk to them. You have to play the music. You have to. I'm serious. You laugh at me.
I know you're
I'm
serious,
telling you.
but I'm just thinking.
I'm telling you. My mom taught me that. It's like
let me record this cool over here. Because you know he's trying to file, right? Okay, go ahead.
No, because he telling the truth. Because my mama do that.
Good
In the shop, she got plants like this. One named Mary Lee, one named Howard.
You have to talk to them.
One named Doe, for real.
You have to talk to them every day.
Y'all,
You have to talk to them.
these little plants got names.
I promise you, when you go to the shop next time,
I know them plants that you're talking about. They got names.
them plants got names, man.
Look, I already know what plants he's talking about. It's like 3 of them.
Yeah, the plants got right on the
Find
shelf.
out.
You gotta take care of your plants.
So that means I gotta give me a plant.
I've got a few plants around the house. That's my happy place. You know, I can sit down and talk to my plants for hours.
Man, we was young, and that's why I'm like, riding what you said. My mom used to grow ivy. The ivy
I
plant.
got one. I only have one.
My mom had it where them things grew all along the wall.
It's outside.
Our house was a rainforest.
Yeah, she had something that grew inside, and my old man was like, no, then
Now go on.
My
Now go
house
on.
was a
I'll
jungle.
let you make it.
she gotta go outside.
Like, stop.
Yeah. That was
My
my
auntie
house.
would
That was my house as a kid. That was my mama's house. So I know what she's talking about.
My auntie, they would come there with like cut a
Your
part of it out,
so they can
put
grow
in some
up.
water. I'm like,
It's gonna catch roots.
Yeah.
it's like some voodoo shit y'all
Yeah.
practicing
And see
myself.
and see the thing is, see, voodoo ain't bad, y'all.
It's not.
It ain't bad. So don't let him play with
No,
you.
I just said it in a bad way.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, look, hey, if y'all need something done, let me tell y'all something. It can be done.
I'm not touching that.
Hey, you ain't gotta touch it because
I'm
it ain't on everybody. It's hey, that power
But
of spirit,
like what you talking about, what is simple as them plants.
it will help you.
It amazes me because it's like my sisters and them. It's like the society was developed to distract us. Because none of my sisters picked up that want plants and grow stuff. And if you sit and you look at it, it's the same thing. Like my grandmother used to make a bomb German chocolate cake. My mama make the same cake now. And my sisters are like, I'm not interested in
Man,
it.
you know what I didn't pick up from my grandmother? My grandmother used to make those beautiful quilts. I would have loved to learn how to make those quilts.
Yeah.
I
You know,
Now,
just like
that is something that I can do.
this things that I feel that we need to go back to passing on to
Tradition.
some tradition, some
I learned a
values.
little bit of, I'm handy with a needle, but I didn't pick it all up. My grandmother was a seamstress. She had different sewing machines because the different machines do different things. And man, she made all of her clothes. She was, yeah.
I mean, even though I'm not big on holidays and all that stuff, because of course my grandfather passed away around Thanksgiving time. My grandmother went in the hospital on Christmas Day. She died on New Year's, so I never really have never got it to.
Were you young?
Yeah, I never just really got into like holiday. And just as an adult, as me reading, I just really ain't big on no holidays. So it's cool with me. But I loved back then because everybody like shit. I ain't even gonna come over here and just try to yum me up. This one's gonna come over here and hook this one up, and it's like I feel it's just like the black family just went, man. You know what? Everybody went
you remember the movie Soul Food?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened to my family.
Okay.
But
So when the grandmother
my
passed,
dad didn't come back.
Yeah.
But my grandmother held it all together.
okay.
She held it all together. Man. It was a family, and her house was home base, and like I can remember all of the boy cousins, me, my brother, my cousin, we all stayed in my grandmother's house. All the boys of that generation, all of her grandchildren, all of her grandsons, from the oldest grandson, my uncle, down to me, who was the youngest. We all lived.
Okay.
And there was a total of 6 of us.
Okay.
And the girls lived at my aunt's house.
And see, with us, it was vice
I was
versa.
in the same neighborhood.
Everybody had stayed at Papa's house. Papa had 3 rooms. His house was like straight.
Shotgun.
And then after Papa died, my grandfather's house is like one of the old Louisiana houses. It sits on the cinder block.
That's what our house was.
It sits on cinder block. So when you walk in, it's like square.
We did that on. I remember as a boy, my uncles were in construction. My family had a family business. We poured slab. When you got big enough, you had to work.
Yeah.
You had to get on the truck. You had to load.
And see, with my grandfather, when you got big enough, you learned how to shift a truck and tie a load down on 18 wheelers. That was my grandfather.
Yeah.
That was his business.
Yeah, it was pouring slabs for us. So it was mud pullers. It was the big round machine.
Yeah.
You know, it was everything for concrete. And we loaded. I was little. By the time I got older, you know, I didn't do it no more. But as a kid, like after my grandmother passed. Yeah,
but if you sit and you play with it, it got to the point where I know like some of my cousins, I couldn't wait for someone to come. I like shit. I'm going to Papa's house. That's what I'm gonna do.
Everybody gonna be there.
We didn't realize the values that were being placed in us through that.
Yeah.
We didn't realize as kids.
Then you had those little cousins that was like you already knew they were gonna be the straight fuck ups.
Yeah.
I don't want to go over there. Papa pick on me. Uncle Kelly mean to me. So then you had that. And like my grandfather was like, I ain't gonna make you force your kids to do anything or whatever. But in the same breath, don't ask me to help you with anything either, because this is low key. I'm teaching my trade.
Yeah.
I'm damn near babysitting. I'm damn near doing 8 things for you. Yeah, I'm doing 8 things for you at once.
Yeah.
And it sounds great. See, this is my thing. Now, I was talking to I was reading something online yesterday or throughout this week that was talking about, you know, the black family being broken up and things that were what broke the black family the most, you know, and
the black family.
I said integration. You know, some people said crack, some people said you know, mothers on.
You know, they did the same thing with heroin back in the 70s.
Mothers on well.
When you get a chance, I want you to go check out a movie. You may be seen it already, but it's an older movie with James Earl Jones and I can't call her lady name, but she's a singer as well. But the song,
the premise of the movie.
It's called Claudine.
Claudine, I have it at home. He was a trash man.
Trash man.
They couldn't get married because of income. I haven't watched it in a while.
But Claudine, they're going to show you the movie was made in like 1974, and the same shit they go on in 1974. Yeah, you know. So that was that with me. I really do feel that the black family happened to the black family. What I mean by the black family happened to the black family, the father was too afraid and I don't need these people cutting this for me or taking that from me. The mama was shit. We need this anyway. So it just is a lot of shit that was I feel that the black family just fell apart within its own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna send especially if you from a little small country Louisiana town like my family, and you'd have came to Houston and you'd have got the glitz, glamour, and the fast life of the city life. Shit, I ain't sending my kids down there to mom and dad. I worked all my life to get down there. I'll be damn I send my children. What you should have done was send your children down there.
Yeah,
So
when they done come back, they could influence you.
So when they say what happened to the black family, I say I'm not gonna blame crack. I feel if crack wouldn't have happened, it would have still been something else. The black family happened to the black family, and if you sit and you play with it long enough, you understand exactly what I mean by it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would say modern day, I would agree. Modern day, I would agree. But if we're overall, it's a slow process. It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, not all black people are connected to Africans brought here as slaves, but there's no other place in the world where people were stolen and brought to another foreign land and kept and have not returned. That, you know what I'm saying? So the value of we don't even have that foundation of what it is to.
But even with us being took from a foreign land, we don't eat much almost shit in this land we had.
I mean,
and we used to.
We own not nearly as much.
We own during segregation because we had to own.
You know what I'm saying?
So there were barriers.
So I guess
there were barriers of entry that were set in place to strategically keep us from owning. So I'm not to excuse the bullshitters at all. I'm talking about people that's legit businessmen that was, or families, two-parent family, two household incomes where you know that your money is right enough for you to get this loan to buy this house. But because of the way they word this contract, you cut from it every single time. And that's how you don't, it's barriers to entry. So I completely agree that we have played victim long enough.
Yeah, because I guess what I would understand with black people, when people, and like I say, to each his own, and you're entitled to your opinion, just as well as I'm entitled to my opinion. But what the problem that stems with me is, I can see when they shipped all our ancestors or whatever from Africa over here, when they shipped us over here, and we never was able to do a bitch ass thing, but just work for the man, or wasn't able to do or create our own way. It's like we had that. And Martin Luther King said himself, I done dropped my people off into a burning house.
Yeah, because at the end is when they realized what they were going to do with the integration.
I done dropped my people off in a burning house.
They realized that, and I guess we as a collective, people see the positive in most things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, man, we gonna be integrated. Cool. So we can go to school with y'all. We can use y'all books. Bet. Oh shit. So what y'all saying is y'all gonna take the good teachers from the black schools and put them somewhere else? You see what I'm saying? So it was more. It's always some slick shit that's going along with the legislation. So I completely agree. Like I do not disagree. Somebody was like, "Oh, we can just agree to disagree." No, fuck we not. I just don't agree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gotta agree to disagree. Yeah. You got your opinion, and I got mine. You know what I'm saying?
But like I say, every time when people tell me and they ask me this, I say, "Now look at it, man. I got white boys come shop with me. I got Spanish kids come shop with us, and them motherfuckers put their shit on the counter and don't have no problem. You know why I had a problem with it?
Who you had a problem with?
With our own people.
Right.
Definitely.
Well, I would like to charge that our people are so used to to having to have that hard tortoise shell, to having, you know, like they're conditioned in that way, and it's fucked up.
But we gonna have economical intercourse. This is exactly what it is. We can go have economical intercourse with any other nationality but our own, and that don't baffle you one red bit. Oh boy, that was what's her name? That was he with the mobile bus. Mickey. The guy that she was talking about, that Spanish cat came in the shop today, and he come clip us with no problem. I got the brothers that come shop with no problem, but it's like one of we go, and I mean I know some of us eyes is open, so don't take it that I don't see that none of our eyes are open.
We talking about this select group.
What is this select group, bro? Just open their eyes, man.
Can I say this? That everybody not gonna come out of Egypt.
That's cool too.
Can I say that it's the people that stayed on the plantation because they couldn't even fathom freedom? It was some people that went to work anyway when they had the trash man boycott in Montgomery because they didn't want to be killed by the white folks because they know like if I don't go to work, then they not gonna hire my wife to come clean their house. You know what I'm saying? So it's that
Self before home.
absolutely self before home. It is a self-preservation technique, and not that it's right, not that it's anything correct about it, but as the person that could come to an understanding, because clearly they not gonna come, and it might be later, and it'll be okay then, and that's fine. But I'm gonna treat you with the same respect that I treat my boy that throw it on the counter and say, all right. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you better service.
But it's just I laugh
because I know you don't know no better.
Cat was like low key arguing with me about Big Billy's and Burger Park.
What's that? Oh, I mean, okay. I just saw the advertisement for Big Billy.
And I'm like,
Concerns and things.
and I'm like, wow. And I was telling the same cat, I say, have you ever looked and seen how they prepare your food at Burger Park?
Yeah, I have.
I mean, it just if you gonna hold this one up to this standard, let's hold that one up to that standard too. Fuck it. If we just gonna go there, let's go to the franchise. Let's go.
I've been trying to get him to Burger Park for 2 years.
So
3 years.
So I mean, I think somebody's brought me Burger Park to the school,
Brought you Burger Park,
but I've never gone to Burger Park.
Yeah.
So I've only
it's
had
your classic hood burger spot.
time.
It ain't no. I'm not giving it any stars. I like it. I go cherry watermelon slush large.
I like a fresh brown meat burger.
But you ain't gonna get that, baby. That's not there.
But
You
I
go
don't
to
want
Sparkle and get you a fresh. I don't know if they fresh brown meat.
That's probably why I ain't never been.
I mean, it's not that big of a
I hear
deal.
people talk about it.
That's like even that brother and new brother right there on MLK. Baked potato cat.
I heard about it.
About this.
They say he's the truth.
Brother, baked potato is the truth.
Yeah.
They say he's the
Once a
truth.
month.
So, a girl, we were in the barber shop and she was ranting and raving. And she was, man, don't nobody touch Papa's barbecue. And I was like, okay, you
Papa,
said something. Can't nobody touch Papa's baked potato. So, my barber was like, man, Dawn, what about that baked potato you bought me the other day? And you know, I know what conversations to jump in.
so you was just you just gave him the business.
No, I'm like to myself, I'm like, shit, if you feel like Papa's is the truth,
And go to Papa.
go to Papa's. I'm not even much for the try to say it.
You with this baked potato right
Don't ask me nothing. Cause
Yeah.
it ain't from Papa.
$13 for you.
For a couple days, I heard.
Man, I'd hate if people get me and say I'm big. I snack. I don't have no just huge ass appetite. I snack. I munch and just do a lot of munching throughout the day.
Right.
So I ate off that baked potato. 2 other adults ate off that baked potato. And I want to say maybe 3 kids. And we all were full, bro.
That's
all.
Like, no, it's a container, like,
I've seen
Have
it.
y'all
One of the
ever,
cats. one of the cats I work with, he shoots over there. So I've seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't been there yet. I want to take my wife.
So I'm telling the girl, I say, how can you just, that's like me. I never say that baked potato place is the, I say it's the best that I've had.
That you had.
And so far.
It's the best that I've had.
Right. You know what? Have y'all ever been to Waller County Line?
Mm-hmm.
Waller County.
Waller County Line is the Shell station you get to right before you get to Prairie.
Prairie View. It's on the left hand.
It's on the left hand side. You have to go under 290 to get
Barbecue the
to
truth.
it's a barbecue spot.
Barbecue the
All
truth.
right. So Waller County Line, best baked potato I ever had.
Best baked potato. What?
That I ever had.
They about 10 for 10 with old butt.
Okay, but I can do you that. I can do
They're
that.
about
Because
10%
somebody
over.
said the same thing. They was like, if you don't feel like driving all the way down 290,
He the truth.
go right here in the hood and that's the spot. Because this
That's another place. There's
it's somewhere in Katy, huh?
that's a place in Hempstead. You gonna pass a Prairie View. I used to go hang Prairie View. Long story. But in Hempstead, it's right there where Lawrence Marsh used to be in. Hang there left is another gas station, like maybe 2 blocks down. When I tell you these people baking BLT sandwiches about that big, y'all at Waller County is the truth up there, man.
You know, it's somebody grandma back there doing
But you gotta understand they cater to, anytime you go to a college area, you're gonna always something to find that place that's
a great
affordable.
food place.
You gonna find a place that's affordable for the students. It ain't gonna probably be that good for you.
No, it's gonna be quick and it's gonna be heavy.
It's gonna be
It's
quick.
gonna be heavy because number one, they know it. Everything gonna shut down at 9 o'clock. It's gonna be closed.
That's why Jones Fried Chicken didn't last in Prairie View. I don't know if you was probably a little younger than that because
What is it called?
it was Jones. They had tried to open up here one time.
Williams.
Williams, that's what it was. We saying
That's what
Jones.
got
Williams.
Yeah, Williams tried to open up ours. We
They
passed.
probably up and down.
Yeah.
William Chicken.
Williams.
Just give me some corn flips.
Man, that corn fritters.
Man,
R.I.P.
Oh, we done switched to the food, man.
Look, man.
But we're going to the barber shop though, man.
Look,
We're going to the
I
barber
can't
shop.
even.
we need to talk about the show that's coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
Sunday,
Exotics
July
coming
31st.
Exotics coming
Houston.
up. Exotics, man.
Houston Hair Battle Tour.
Yeah.
I believe that's the way. That's the
Exotic,
official
the
title.
exotic sneaker and
Sneaker
Hair Battle.
Hair
Hair
Battle
Battle
Barber Battle Tour. Okay, so let me get right here on Instagram real quick because I gotta say, we've been for the past 2 weeks. Everybody, we've had
Shout
two
out to
guests to come in and sit and share with us. We had J Rock the Barber 2 weeks ago, and last week we had the Mr. Exotics, Mr. Curtis Smith, come share some knowledge with us, get us hip to some game that he has going on. I went to a networking event last Wednesday, and there was several barbers there that own shops. We didn't really get a chance to talk about it, but they didn't know nothing about it. They haven't heard anything about this barber battle that's coming to their city this month. I mean, it's pretty much July, basically, because today's 30th.
But you gotta, this is what I've learned about barbers and stylists.
Okay.
If it don't pique their interest, it could be a flyer sitting right there on their station. And they'll tell you, oh, I don't know about it. You don't know about it because you don't want to know about it. It's just when for some reason, Houston is especially a lot of the barbers, and I say this on the African American barbers due to the battle I was at this weekend. They're afraid when you hear battle or competition, a lot of them not ready to put their talent up there with someone on the other stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of them say that they don't know about it. But I had about 10 people call and ask me about the class already.
Yeah, so Step Your Game of Houston, it's going to be a barber
What's the
symposium.
class?
Yeah.
Sunday, July 31st, 2006, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Brashe's Beauty at 11982 Gessner Road, Houston, Texas, 77071. You can find out more information at www.hairbattletour.com or call 845-244-0060. July 31st, 9 a.m. at Brashe's, Houston. We're talking about education. We're talking about you getting some real life game, stepping your game up, your cutting game, your knowledge about the business, the economics part, what you should be doing, how to be dealing in this social media age, how to market yourself better, how to get out there, get your name out there. Because see, last week when he was talking, I really kind of took in the fact that it was like, well, Mr. J-Rock said this. It ain't about winning.
It ain't.
It ain't about winning, because at the end of the day, are you gonna meet who you need to meet to ascend? Like, because a win is a peak on the mountain. You gonna
I
follow.
mean,
That's
it's
all.
good. That's
Once
icing on the
Once
cake.
you do it, when you climbing the mountain, you going mountain climb. Ooh. When you get to the top, your ass gotta go back down, right? So
Unless
all right,
you plan on staying
cool.
up there the rest of your life.
unless you just gonna live on the top of the mountain, but you can't live on a win. Everybody get a dub sometimes.
Yeah.
Shit, the Rockets won a few, but they ain't get the shit. I love them. You just got the shirt on. You just got the shirt on.
You start finding
You
some
got
other sports.
the shirt on now.
I'm really need
I
you
can't wait
somebody.
for football season to start. I'm so
Yeah,
excited. I
I'm
am
really
one
need
girl
you
that
to,
loves football. So
I'm need you to start referencing to some other team.
I'm just saying, that's the whole team, so I'm just talking about
I'm
them.
need you
That's
to
who I
reference
talk about. I
somebody
talk about the whole team.
It really seems like you low key be throwing your slug. For real, it really do seem like you be throwing your slug. I'm gonna let you make it because you're little sister.
No, you're not, because when this camera go off, people are like, oh, what you listening?
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, y'all come out. The tickets are $60 for the education fees. If you're coming as a spectator to the barber battle, to the hair show portion, now the doors will open at 4 p.m. at 2300 Pierce Street. That is
And I'm gonna tell you now, you do not want to be one of those ones that I just wait till the day of the event.
right. So
Because you're gonna have cats that got tickets that ain't turned their tickets in.
Yeah.
And when they see that line wrapped around the building like I'ma do,
yeah,
they gonna have boys like gonna be selling tickets for like $100. Yeah.
so
Because you gotta understand that he not just catering to Houston. What you gotta understand, people follow
This
this
is a big
too.
battle. Yeah,
This
this is the biggest
tour-
battle in the country.
this tour,
Remember
as
we was
far
on there,
as-
Dallas? This battle was part of Megafest last year.
so
Yeah.
we're talking about
They gonna show up.
introducing you to some people that you are never going to come into contact in the city with. We're going to be there live. We're going to be supporting Mr. Curtis Smith. We're going to be in cahoots with Exotics. You can always contact Mr. Supply because he got it.
That's the man.
You know,
That's
so-
the
I don't want that like, dog, that's my old man. Man, I'm just assistant.
Look, call Mr. Supply assistant because I guarantee that you can get Exotic with us. You know what I'm saying? So we want to engage those people that are trying to ascend in the industry.
We're gonna be just a live move for the
It's
station, for
gonna
the
be
show.
live just
You're
for
gonna have
the
people
city.
from the family. You're gonna have people
Yeah,
all over there for
everywhere. Because this the second one in Texas, right?
nah,
Yeah, it was in Dallas last
yeah,
year. This is
yeah.
the first time in
It's
Houston.
the first time.
I know, but he had one in Dallas.
Yeah, two of that.
Okay. So he's been here a few times.
He's been in Texas
times.
before.
So
And
we're talking about introducing some national barbers, international
Duncan is
barbers to
The hottest
our
cats in the
city.
game. There's
Just-
no other way to
it's
put it.
no
man.
way.
These boys, the hottest cats in the game. When they come to Baldwin, these boys at the
They
top of
own
the,
it. They at the top of
they
their
the modern
game
day
right now.
Mount Rushmore of our industry.
Right. So
And that's
what
no
are
other
you
way to
doing?
put it.
What are you gonna be doing Sunday the 31st that you're not coming at least to class? At the minimum.
Yeah.
Because see,
Education
now
is-
what people gonna be messed up about it is because you miss both trying to come to the show.
yeah.
You really gonna miss what you're supposed to get at the class. Because what you're supposed to get is at school. What
Because
you're supposed to
the-
get is behind the desk.
Yeah.
What you
Good stuff gonna be at the class.
now
good
you're
stuff
gonna be
gonna be
social. You're gonna be social, be cute, cool,
The battle gonna be
move
fun.
at the battle. But I'm
the
talking about
knowledge is
stepping
important.
your game up. I'm
Yeah.
talking about being the best business person in your shop.
Yeah.
You know, and if you own your shop, taking your business to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't told nobody this, but I've gone mobile. I moved from the salon and decided to go out on my own for a while. How long? I don't know. We'll see. But it's gonna be something at that class that I'm gonna flip it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put it on his head because I'm young, I'm new to the game, and I got more than enough time to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? Asset be learning, and I'm trying to tell y'all that this really finna go, and I'm gonna do it at this thing. So it's gonna be live for your shirt, everything. So be comfortable enough with your craft that you don't feel like you know everything.
It's long overdue for this city, though, man.
And we're
It's
so
long overdue. For this city.
I feel like our city is.
I'm humbled to just be a part of it.
Well, I'm humble that he even came, like him himself. You know what I'm saying? Because people like that, they can. He could have just sent the lady. Is it Miss Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
He could have just sent her. She knows everything about what he came to talk about.
Curtis Salad, though, man.
But
Curtis wanted to
he
come
gonna
to
speak
mouth.
for himself. But what I'm saying is, that's when you know that a person is vested, not invested, but vested. You have vested interest on expressing this industry, you know, to the highest heights, to the best level. He ain't gonna want to have contact with somebody who ain't live, who at least live on the business side. Now your cuts might not be live; they don't have nothing to do with your income. Because people go get bad haircuts all the time, and they go to the same barber for the same fucked up haircut. Why? Because they good business people. They have a relationship with them. That person is passionate about what they do. They trust them.
You know why I like my barber? Because I know my barber do a horrible job on my haircut. But my barber's convenient.
Okay.
I play for convenient.
Inconsistent. Yeah, for sure. He's consistent.
He's super consistent.
He's there when you
I say now is the time I'm here. Boom.
Bet.
Boom. Giant on the spot. Hey D, I'm here 2 minutes early. You just walked out the shop already. Yeah. My hairline all the way back here, man. You think I'm cool with that shit? I'm told the nigga don't touch nothing up here, man. Don't touch nothing up here. D ain't my fault. That was the nigga before me.
Bro, it was you though.
Yeah, jump all the way back here, man.
I got you salute.
Yeah, my shit all over. Look, you see it? Y'all know y'all see it.
Hey man, my big dog. I was worried about that.
Hey, look. All I'm saying is
Hairline like blum, 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 blum. Hairline like the blum, blum, blum. Blum, blum, blum.
All right, so look, Sunday, July 31st, Team Exotics will be in Houston to give you.
Oh, don't forget about the bowling. Don't forget about the bowling Saturday night.
Saturday night, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
It's a mix. We'll have a mix.
Saturday night, what's the bowling night?
It's off of Bunker Hill. It's off of Bunker Hill and I-10.
What's the name of the bowling?
We'll make sure that we just put it in your mind. You're gonna be bowling Saturday night. We'll give you the exact.
I'm not gonna be bowling, but I'll be there.
Ought to be fun.
As long as they put the bumpers up.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't bowl. I'm a horrible sport.
Well, I like going bowling with adults though.
I'm a horrible sport. That's what
I
I'm saying.
Especially because they never bowl. You bowl on the regular.
I want to win.
So,
I want to
I count on one hand
Let me tell
how many
y'all
times I've gone.
no, we do that.
Let me tell you something. I win, okay? So I don't do shit whether I lose.
Okay.
So bowling, I'm gonna win at getting tipsy. Man, cool.
Okay.
That's
So, I go out there just to watch people that ain't never bowled, understand, say, man, when you cross that line, that shit get slippery over there. Man.
Oh yeah.
You are
Everybody
so-
that bust their head.
This nigga just want to cap off.
I want to go to the lab and see niggas bust their mind.
I don't like putting the bowling shoes on.
Yeah.
I was in my tennis.
That's what I like about this bowling alley. This bowling alley, they don't force you.
To wear shoes.
Yeah.
You said Bunker Hill and I-10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not
Most
mistaken,
of
yeah.
them, it's policy.
No, some of these
But
places.
if you have rubber soles,
As long as rubber sole.
it's
Long as
not
rubber sole.
required.
Okay, those young
Rubber
team.
sole. Any rubber sole, it don't even have to be tennis. It just can't be hard plastic. Because you know, like
I
Slim.
can't do the bowling. So
Toes have to be good, if I'm not mistaken. Like you can wear Sperry's or
Gotcha.
something like that.
So I can go bowl in my tennis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need some grips. I can't. I stick to that.
You don't do the slide and the side motion.
For me?
Y'all, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Come on, man, y'all go bowl. Put the
Yeah.
spin on
Is
the
it called
ball.
bunky?
Kick that back leg. I think that is what they say.
It may be what it's called.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, that ain't it. That ain't
we need to
it.
confirm it. We need to
We'll
confirm
confirm what's on this.
So that'll be on July the 30th, y'all.
Right.
That'll be
Saturday
July
night.
the 30th. I'll get the details for y'all. But I got a small little something that I wrote down for you guys. Just for y'all. And I also have some for you. So the High Seat Talk Radio, unifying Houston's style and community to bond the state, then the nation on a higher standard of beauty. We represent voices in the industry used to understand, educating, and network. So what you think about that?
I like it.
Okay, because at this stage of the game, well, we're actually promoting a high volume event. It's time for us to have a more concerted effort towards what we're gonna do, or what it's time for me to have a more concerted effort about what I'm gonna do. And that was in my year in review during the month of June.
All right.
That on the path that we're trying to go, because I know we are all collective and pushing towards, ascending ourselves to where we need to be. But it's important to make sure that during that road to recovery or to success, that we be very clear about the goals and on the path. You know what I'm saying? So starting from the end to the beginning, and this for me is the end. Ideally, to bond the city, state, and the nation on collective minds on the education and the network. That is what I would like to do as a asset be learning. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. That is what I see that's what I see for myself in this arena, with having this opportunity to actually speak to people over the airwaves and just be available, and be live and be in social media, be active in the beauty industry, getting this new networking event under wraps, and actually starting to go forward with so many things that friends of mine and I have set in stone way back when I was 19 years old. And now it's finally 10 years later coming to fruition. So for me, planning and doing actually following through with the plan is where I want to be right now. So when you're looking over your year, whether you do it today or in December, have you done those things you said you were going to do in January? Because you wrote your end out. We're now in the third quarter. In a minute, it's going to be pressed. In the fourth, like you ain't got time. In the fourth quarter, you planning for the next game. Like we practicing for the next game, because you either won or lost them first three quarters. So what you do in the fourth is carrying into the first of the next game, the next year. So right now in my third quarter, I'm like, damn it, I got to play. Like I need to get in the game. I need some scores. I need my stats right. Like I ain't got enough clients. Ain't enough. What do you call it? Recidivism. Ain't enough people coming back. I need to be. But when you before you leave, I need you to book again. Like, wait a minute, let me catch that deposit from you right quick. Thank you. I'll see you in 6 weeks. Yeah, all of that. So we have to start doing those things to promote ourselves, to get our business in a way where how Mr. Curtis Smith has his business, because he's not booking people over the phone. He ain't talking to people. He's getting notifications. Oh, that go my deposit. Woo, oh, all right. He know his day before he wakes up the next morning, because that's how he's prepared himself. So that's something that I've gained from a lot of the professionals that have come over the course into just moving into this space, actually. So what's that been? Has that been a month? Have we been here a month? Because I was first show. This is the fourth Thursday here.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna leave it in the hands of success, because I know we're gonna take a quick little.
No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your spirit. You brought a lot of energy to the show tonight. Thank you so much. I will play a clip. We got our guests that's made here. We're gonna take a minute. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna play a song or two. We're gonna get our guests comfortable, and we'll be back, man, with Mr. Larry Davis.
All right.
Instructor, Texas.
And we still on YouTube. Just so
Yeah, we still live on
So
YouTube.
don't
We can't get too far.
Don't go
As far as the radio. You got the music playing. The mic's still out.
Yeah, you got
Oh, boy, that is bad. Oh, boy, I don't know about to tell you about the dude that made the pudding.
Yeah.
That nigga dad just died about 2 hours ago. Dang.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm good about yourself.
Appreciate you coming, my brother.
Yeah, man, I was had to get it in. Car had just started.
How's it
It's going great, man.
you enjoying it? I actually, I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, all right.
Bring some of your energy to the show.
Alright.
I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, man, you know I have to keep it moving. Total surrender, man. I'm all in, bro. Total recall. I'm on a whole nother level right now. They gonna finally ask me where I stay, go all the way up. I'm telling you, man, I'm on something else right now. Feel me? Yeah.
Cause see,
Time.
we have to always remember that
Time, bro.
we have to integrate into. People just be so mad, like, why you don't want to know nobody new? Like, why you don't want to know nothing new? Why you don't want to do something new? Like, I can't even deal with people. You doing the same shit the same way. You gonna
I
get
listen
pushed.
to motherfucking Drake and no new friends with that dumb shit. Like,
Boy, Drake got new friends every day. Okay.
Man, buy stuff. I need to cut that out. She married, right? And telling everybody to tell your boy about it, but she go home to her husband
Every
everybody.
day.
Put this on the radio, so you know I'm through listening to Beyonce stuff.
Don't do me. Because this is the thing. You have to be concerted. You have to be able to discern it. Discern was what though. That's the end of the
Yeah,
She was saying she gonna pay the ton and was with him me.
yeah.
See,
Then she
no.
said put a ring on
Yeah,
on
and it
one
was
song,
already
and then
on
you
it.
say it on the next song. I put the night, I put
It's
the ring
all
on.
entertainment. It's
Yeah.
all-
She didn't write them damn
Yeah,
songs.
she was writing them songs.
It's all
One
entertainment.
song you like you put a ring on it, right? And now I hate the night I put the ring on. So it's kind of
I mean, I just think that people
That's
put
entertainment, man.
right. People put too much
Yeah.
Into that shit.
too much
too many
into
people be believing her though. She got a lot
That's
of real followers. That's what I'm saying.
so that goes.
So you feel like she has a responsibility.
Yeah, she got a responsibility. A lot of women look up to Beyonce, man. She's the queen of history, right?
But is it Beyonce's job to make sure that your child understands?
So this is entertainment.
Nah,
It's a grown ass women that's that damn.
Yeah, that's what he talking about. He talking about these grown folks. He
Yeah,
ain't talking about these children.
They fooled by it. They just letting us guide their life.
If you ain't realized that all the shows they got behind the video, making the music, to understand that this shit is entertainment, that's your damn.
That is your
That's
problem.
your
Don't
damn
make it
problem.
real, man.
There's too much footage out there
Real.
making the video.
Y'all having a hell of a conversation right now. So the fact is, a lot of our young people just lost in the matrix.
Yeah,
Man, they all they care about is
I'm looking at my
Oh,
own
I
boy.
thought you was going on the camera.
all they care about is this material stuff, and they want to wear $300 belts.
You got no car.
Yeah. Come on, man.
You got no goddamn transportation.
Y'all
Walk around with your belt on.
want to walk around and
You wanna walk around with the front of your shirt tucked in. Like,
Yeah.
no, let's go to the foolishness. With just the front of your
it's
shirt
crazy,
tucked.
man.
Like,
I'm
you got
mindset,
Bill book.
You got a
I'm
belt
mindset
on.
something else, man. I'm mindset messed
Yeah.
up.
Like
So,
very messed
We
up.
can,
It's
They
mindset.
take the hood to say the hood.
absolutely. But it takes some people that's
I can
vested by it.
change that mindset though.
You in the house
Yeah.
unless you got a goddamn
Yeah.
Lexus outside.
You till the soil. And how do you change the mindset? You till the soil and you deal with the children. That's how you change your mindset.
Catching up.
Gotta
Yeah.
catch 'em young.
It's so different. So
Because
You
this
gotta
is the
mold
thing.
them.
Like I was saying earlier,
Be molded
the
down.
data shows that when you change the mindset of a child, the whole household changes.
Yes.
So I teach your 6-year-old how to read for comprehension. Well, then they start asking you different kind of questions when they got a
you
question.
feel uncomfortable.
Come
Now
on.
I gotta
So
get my
now-
shit together.
Now I have to, be ready for whatever that question my 6-year-old is going to ask me. So that is it is proven that you have to check the children. If the children aren't doing well, the community isn't doing well.
What they say, for the Bible people, the old people didn't get to go to the promised land
Nah,
because their minds was fucked
they
up.
wasn't ready. They couldn't go. They could, just like I just said, there was some people during slavery time. Now we don't just stay here.
Yeah, master
When
good to us.
Master good to us. Us is gonna just stay right on here. Hold
We got-
on now before you
We
give
got
us
June
the speed.
19th.
Hey, Juneteenth, baby, let me tell you something. But Juneteenth, that ain't that. This is when we found out we was actually
That's
free.
when the word got here.
I mean, that's 2-3 years later. That's when word got to Galveston. Let me tell you when my great grandmother found out in Houston. A whole nother year later.
Come on.
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you something.
They wasn't gonna tell you.
Pony Express.
They knew
Pony
the slave
Express.
masters knew,
Yeah.
but they ain't gonna tell y'all because they need y'all to pull the rest of these
Yeah,
props up.
for the
so
Union
somebody-
Army get here, let y'all don't get this last
Y'all
hard.
get this last so they come save y'all.
Even Kansas City, Missouri, they was the last state.
That was the I was about to say what
So people was leaving from the free slaves, they
Coming
going
down
up there, getting
and
re-enslaved.
getting
And the
captured.
people that was there was like, y'all free? They're like, yeah, we free. They was like,
How?
so they left and they had nowhere to go, so they came back.
Right on back.
Because they didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
So they said, we're gonna leave. They left and they like, right, what we gonna do? So they had to come
Got
back
no
and
job,
can we
we
come
got
back
no
and work, master? Like,
That's how
okay, come on
the
back and work.
Chevron.
That's how you started.
Or they just
Yeah,
Or they-
and the mindset of
Malingering.
Kansas City,
You still
Missouri,
right.
was
But guess what? It's illegal now. We feel
Yeah.
enslaved, you're not getting jail.
Right. Same slave. Same
Same shit.
same shit, different toilet.
Yeah.
The cradle to prison pipeline didn't just start. You know, it's not something new. And a lot of times,
Cradle to prison.
it is where I draw when I talk. That is the study that I draw most of my information from.
Cradle to prison pipeline.
It was a national study done by the
17
Children's Defense Fund. Total
Wow.
national study done by the Children's Defense Fund. We got 17 minutes for our brother to be on.
Okay.
That song gonna cut short about it. How much
Okay.
y'all know what it sounds?
But yeah.
So I got 30 minutes left.
You wanted to go?
What we got?
I got questions if we need questions, and or it's y'all got the floor, whatever y'all want to do.
Now this is boy, we back in, we back here, we back into the house, we back on the hot seat. We got a special guest in the house this evening. We got my man, Mr. Larry Davis. Recently stepped into the field as an instructor. How's it going today, my brother?
Going good, my brother. How about yourself?
All right, good to see you, my brother. Thank you for joining the hot seat.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
I'm Larry Davis. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Ball moves out.
Same high school, yes, sir. Same high school with Terry Bradshaw, Robert Parrish, Joe Ferguson, Robert Pennywell, them in that film. And NBA stars right there, Super Bowl and NBA championship. They just got another one.
So that
Named Shiro
you ain't tell
Davis. He's
him.
going to
You ain't
DN.
tell him.
He's the defensive end. Just got signed to Washington Redskins from my high school alma mater, Woodline Knights. DN.
Look like
6'3",
one school up there,
156.
right?
No, it's like 17 high school.
One
Come on,
high
man. Come on, man. We got 17 high
You
schools.
see, you proud of
We
your
got,
Like,
yes,
high
we
school
got
in North
historic
Louisiana,
high
man.
schools,
In
man.
the whole
Look
whole
at
world,
the airport.
One high school in North Louisiana.
We got 17 high schools in Shreveport, Louisiana. So, yeah, everything. I just got into my new career as a barber instructor. I was at one school. Long story short, that school went right. I was doing more work, less money.
Slow down.
I'm just bringing
You don't have to make the long story short.
out there.
You on the hot seat. We want to hear the story.
Well, I was
That's
at
what
this
the hot
one
seat
school.
is about.
I don't want to plug them.
Stop.
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna say my new plug where I'm at.
Okay. You don't have to plug them. You don't have to mention them. But now let's talk about it because we're on the hot seat.
Yeah.
We here for answers. We here for the industry.
Well, I was at a
When you
school.
say they wasn't right, long
Yeah.
story short,
Yeah,
I
you
want to
know,
hear the story.
the cleanliness, the sanitation
Oh
part,
wow!
you know,
In the
plumbing,
school?
water coming out the walls, out the
Come
floor.
on!
The bathroom doors don't lock, lights blinking in the bathroom, students sagging, fighting, smoking weed on the back. I mean,
Come on!
man.
They conducted
Yeah.
themselves like that at
Yes, sir,
actual
they are.
Walker College.
Yes, sir, they are.
Say it ain't so.
You wonder why the students
Yeah, I
ain't
hear
taking
the
the practice.
sarcasm in my voice.
And then you're giving them options. Do you want to cut? Now, you ask barber school to cut hair, but you're giving them an option. Do you want to cut this head? No, you're going to cut this head. That's why you're here. I ain't here for the cut hair. But what you here for? That's what I want.
And they're being allowed to
And they're
stay
being
at
allowed
school.
to stay at school, and you, with the same attitude coming in. I don't want to cut no kids. The kids is the main how you want to cut, because you can cut a child from 4-year-olds to 21. That's more money than an adult that'll be 50 and on up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you catch the kid young, you practically raise a kid as a barber. And barbers got a misconception. Students that think I don't want to cut kids. That's the kids that you want to cut.
You want to cut kids because that
They
shit
That's
is
your
gonna grow up
money.
with you.
They're gonna
They
grow
have a
up with
child,
you.
they gonna bring
They're
their
gonna bring
child
their child. No, barbers did 3 generations of
Families.
families. Now it's working on another one. He about to have a baby, so
So
that's
man,
about
you
to be
know,
4.
when Mr. Grimm died, this is the God honest truth. This man, you can look it up. The Lake Charles, Louisiana, they had the oldest man funeral at the Lake Charles Citizen. He was like the hood boy. He cut generations. He cut my family. He cut like everybody have Mr. Grimm.
Yeah. And so,
Barbers
yeah,
esteemed profession.
it really
we
is,
try
man.
to let y'all know this that we be up here cutting up.
So what you
and
did
adding
now?
and
So back, hold up, wait
Okay.
a minute, man.
Oh, we on this story.
Hey, we
Yeah.
see, we try to get some resolution in the industry.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a school that's operating and people are coming through this school
Yes.
and coming into our industry, what type of individuals are coming into our industry? I mean, what kind of success rate could this
He's like,
institution
Not
have?
a lot.
He's like,
You know, out of the, like, let's talk about the state board rules and regulations book for one.
Okay,
Within 7 days, you're supposed to have your textbooks. This is by the state. This ain't from me. If you want it,
come on.
Within 30 days, you're supposed to have your tools, right?
preach,
Okay.
doctor.
So at this school, they 450 hours deep, no tools,
Yeah.
no books. So how are you supposed to learn
Whatever you want.
without any textbooks? If you got 1,500 hours, when you got 450, you done lost with no books and no tools.
And what
And you
year
dare
is
to cut hair.
What school you in now?
I'm at Texas Barber College on 16 West Calvin
I
Cave.
want to tell you what the difference is.
Yes, sir.
9 times out of 10, you was at a fucking black school.
Yes.
Now you at a school ran by some white boys.
Exactly.
That's
I
what
was at a
Come on,
Nigerian ran.
Well,
Oh,
that's even worse than fresh out there.
Hey.
I mean, regardless to that, even if the school is ran by whatever nationality you are, if the state isn't coming to find out if the students are being properly prepared,
Well, they're checking in there. So,
they not.
but it's like this.
Here's the
Who,
thing.
so, honest, I want to ask you a question. Do you think the school gonna report on my motherfucking self? I'm not gonna tell on myself.
I said,
The way the state finds out is if the student tell.
Yeah.
I ain't got no tools. I ain't got no. I've been doing this 30 years. 30 years, man. If you want better at your school, you gonna tell these people, I've been this bitch down there 400 hours. I ain't got textbook, I ain't got tools.
Yeah.
I got doors, I got DR with a TRC,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
I'll pay.
and I ain't got nothing. That's not on the school. That's on the
That's
student.
financial aid,
That's not what I
you know, they still do go
that's not what I
most of them on the financial aid plan. But
No, you be surprised, bro. They still,
this
it's
cat,
not doors no
I'm
more.
gonna tell you this now. This cat who got $400 and no tools, I bet it took him all of 9 months just to get them $400.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
why they handling him like
that's why they have them like that.
I mean,
Well, actually, students,
And-
other students that is every day, and they go
No.
to the same position.
So
exactly,
it's everything.
because I'm a best
So,
student.
yeah.
I'm
So
talking from
I
the
guess what my
student
question,
perspective.
and I'm speaking from a business owner's perspective. Why is a student? Why if the state get enough calls from angry students, say, man, look, this what the play is. You gonna send somebody over there?
What the first thing that I said was if the state knew, or if the state was checking on the students, it in no way do Barber students feel empowered to contact the state
Why they not?
because they feel like the school is their ally. I go to this school. I'm talking from just being a student around people who did not have any other higher education form. Did I contact the state? You better believe that
How
I
does
have.
school get money?
You better believe that they have parents.
No, but who is the reason? Who is the reason why the school is getting money?
They
So
say
you
they
don't
can't
think
get
the state
money
don't
without
listen to you?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. You misunderstanding
No, but no, because you were finna attack what I said about a black institute and a white institute.
What I'm saying
And I
is
stand on what I
in the
mean.
state,
Right, these from Ogle, from ACC, go look at how all these white schools are ran versus an African American or black school. These, I guarantee you, this shit ain't gonna happen, man. That's all I'm on, man.
So what
I hear people talking and complaining about these schools. Tell them these motherfuckers, oh, we have a no snitch clause in the hood. So we're not gonna tell them these motherfuckers. So we can have our motherfuckers break. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. Fuck that. No snitching. I ain't snitching. I ain't gonna be the one that told. If you tell, I bet you that inspector show up. I bet you. Because when they tell on barbershops, when they tell on the barbershop, that inspector show up, man. Tell the student got to do is tell.
I promise you that it's a law at my school from my complaints. I guarantee you that. But you have to understand that when people are institutionalized, they don't deal
That's
in
excuse, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's an
excuse,
excuse and it's a reason, and there's a reason for everyone's action.
Yeah.
So if you don't believe that a state institution is going to have your back, what you look like contacting them directly.
If you don't try, how you gonna know if you don't try?
You know
Like-
that. I'm saying that's your
Like
that's
Larry
your
just said,
experience.
though, most of the students don't even realize what they're entitled to.
They don't.
They don't even
The school don't get paid unless the student show up.
They get their handbook.
You say
When they
seven, you
get
sure
their
seven, I
handbook.
thought it was 6.
7.
7
Yeah,
down.
Business days.
I'm definite about that.
Okay,
I read the rules and regulations book every other day.
yeah.
It's
For that
important
reason.
to know what your rights
And it is
are.
a bigger loophole too, though, because I've talked to inspectors and I've had inspector tell me, say he only go to schools and shops that he know will pass an inspection.
Yeah.
So it's more than just the schools, it's the inspectors
It's the whole
also, it's
system.
people in the whole system needs to come together.
Come
I've
on.
had inspectors tell me that they don't go to shops that they know, schools and shops that they know won't pass an inspection, so they don't even go in there. I worked in the shop, they said, we came in here because I knew it would pass. He came to me first, he said, I knew you would have all your stuff, so I came to your station first. And he said, I looked like I had my stuff together. And I looked like I wouldn't be a problem. They get ran out of these shops, so now the state about to put cameras on the employees to make sure
So
that
that
they're
they're
going
not
to the
being-
school to show that they was at that school.
Come on.
Wow.
Yes. And
So
they-
see, that's a
so
whole
it's
nother,
bureaucracy. It goes a little bigger than just what we're talking about.
and that
That's-
trickles
And
down.
I've
You know
seen
what I'm
it.
saying? When
I've
it's
talked
jacked
to
up,
these people, so it's rough. It ain't just it's
and it
more
ain't
than
just the
you know,
barbering education
yeah,
system.
they
Oh, it's all over. It's
It's
across
the
the
It's
board.
dangerous, yeah.
the whole
the
education
whole
system.
system, yeah.
But I bet the Texas run like a barber shop,
Yeah,
like a barber shop.
yes, sir, it is.
Ogle run
Time.
like a beauty school. Paul Mitchell ran like a
Books.
beauty school.
Practicals every day, theory every day,
And they have what
not
they need.
options. What you here for?
The
You're gonna do it.
requirements.
Yeah. So it ain't no options. It ain't all this baby
That
these grown
breeds
men.
professionalism.
Ain't no sagging over there. You know, in certain schools you can just sag, you show your underwear, you cutting hair, you got weed smell on your fingers, cutting these people's head. I mean, you don't never know who head you cut. You could be cutting a millionaire client in there. Matter of fact, out of the school I was talking about, a guy came in, a student gave him an edge up, he gave him $100 tip.
Yeah.
Probably mess his forehead.
Yeah, he messed his head up, but he just wanted to.
Most of them probably mess the student head.
Oh,
up.
yeah, it messed the student head up. The student jacked him up a little bit too, though. He told him he gonna get better. He gave him $100 for encouragement. Like,
Right.
oh, you gonna do better, don't
Plant
worry about it.
seeds.
He's like, and then the next day, that student was putting them in, man. So you just take a little encouragement. People,
Yeah.
that's what I do. I'm bringing enthusiasm and encouragement and motivation to schools and students, and that's my
The Cavalcade School is one of y'all most,
Yeah.
one of y'all
yeah, that's
business
100%
schools.
pass rate. I just
Yeah.
found out.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Every student over there is passing. They got an instructor over there, Mr. Pendleton, 44 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's great. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'd like to come by and meet.
Yeah, you need to come by and meet them,
Is
man.
it off of 45 or is
Yeah,
it off of
45
16?
and 45 and
So
16.
before the one you talking
45
about.
north, if you're going coming from downtown, 45 north, you'll exit left, which would be west on Cavalcade.
Mhm.
Coming down about 3 blocks, make a right. in the
Right
parking
by
lot,
Family
Family
Dollar, right?
Exactly.
Okay. It's down the street from my Vietnamese. spot.
Beautiful,
Okay.
clean. It's one of the
45
cleanest
north?
schools and best schools I've
Yeah.
ever worked and been in. Even the lighting in their schools is different from the lighting in all other schools I've been in.
Oh, they gonna visit with everybody
So
from
you
the
get out
city.
downtown.
It's gonna happen.
Even
because-
didn't they take, ain't they like the only school left in Dallas? Don't they have one in
Yeah,
Dallas?
they got two in Dallas.
Two in Dallas.
Two in Dallas and three in Tech in Houston.
I really,
Conroe,
What's gonna take?
one in Conroe.
A business like
One
that.
in Conroe.
That's gonna
I
make,
know
it's gonna be a
I'm
monopoly.
gonna think about what I think about this school, but I really think that's the state running that school, right?
That's what I
Yes,
said.
I think the state running
The
too.
way that school is so
Red, yeah.
all red,
They don't. They do.
okay, somebody in the state or in the House of Representatives got some money funded to this bitch, I'm telling you.
I attended Texas,
They know the turnaround needed, man.
on
They know the
Richmond.
turnaround
That's
needed.
why, that's the kind of school I graduated from, Barber
Okay.
College.
I went there for my braid license, and
I went to, well, I'll say this, when I went to Barber College, the school that I went to was at a higher standard
That was solid then.
than it is now.
Anybody couldn't just open up a school. Then you got people that got money, they can open up a school.
and that's been our
Well, I-
conversation over the
I
course
think,
couple of weeks.
I think the instructor made my school.
Mhm.
2 minutes.
Well, you was my instructor, and that's how I got my license. I want to give a shout out to Steve Ferris.
Shout
Yes,
out.
sir.
That
Yes,
was
sir.
like,
I'm under Earl. He got another one under his belt. He got me. And I'm just another
Oh,
one.
man, shout out to my man Roy Jones. Man. He passed the
Yeah,
practice.
all right, man. Roy got the
Roy's an
practice.
instructor too.
Yes,
now.
sir.
Yes, sir. Roy got an offer already in Texas.
Come on.
Just come take crap and work.
Oh. Well, man, we want to thank you guys again for joining us this week. The show's wrapping up. Man, Larry, so you got in late, my brother.
Yes,
You
sir.
have
I'll
to
be
come and
early
catch
next
us another
time.
time,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We appreciate the energy you brought into the room.
Yes,
I
sir.
really,
We bring
really
it low,
appreciate
man.
that.
We're gonna get even crunker.
All right.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
All right, my brother.
I got a lot to say.
and we're here for you to say it because we are the voice of Houston stylists
That's right.
trying
Let's do
to bond like-minded individuals.
Bring it out.
It's important for those high standard professionals that are being taught by you, for you to bring them and let them know that they have an outlet to voice their concerns, to be heard, to advertise, to get some notoriety, get this knowledge, because like on Sunday, July 31st at 9 a.m. at Brashays, Houston, on Guest in the Road, we'll have some educational opportunities for students and professionals for $60. And then later on that evening, there'll be a completely innovative hair barber sneaker battle summit going on at Grooves in Houston. So we want to start bringing in the students into these professional environments for them to mix and mingle, rub elbows with some people that are not just hitting $5 and $10 cuts, who are not just at the shop for a couple hours and running out and having all this business and ain't making no money. You got a lot of business. You go a lot of places, but you ain't got no coins. Your blueprint's still late. So teaching more than what you can learn in 1500, and that's what I appreciated about my relationship with Mr. Fair. It extended far beyond the classroom. It was some things that I gained in and outside of the classroom that helped further my career to this place that I am now today. So SMB Learning is out. This is Thursdays at the Hot Seat. I appreciate y'all for listening. Any final words?
Man, get your boy Success the Educator. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. I've been
Sir,
an emotional
anytime.
breakdown week, man.
That's all right.
You guys have really, really lifted me. So thank you for all your well wishes and prayers on this week. And I'll catch you guys on next week.
Peace.
Peace.
We